Hello and welcome back to Cartoon Geospatial Solutions. So we're going to start a new series in which we're going to learn Python for ArcGIS, which is also called the ArcPy. So I've created a new playlist in the name ArcPy, and all the related videos henceforth will be uploaded in that playlist. So please have a look. So let's get started. So first, I assume that you have already installed the ArcGIS software. So if in case you have done that, you must have automatically installed the Python package along with the ArcGIS software. So first, you have to check what version of Python you're using. So in order to do that, first you have to go to the Start menu. So go to the Start menu, and then as you can see, you have to open this ArcGIS folder. Just click on the drop-down menu here, and you can see the IDLE here. So this is the interactive window which is automatically installed along with the ArcGIS software file. Suppose let me open it. So as you can see, this is the interactive window, and the version that is installed for me is 2.7.10. So interactive window in the sense, you'll be getting the output as soon as you write a line of code. Say for instance, I'm writing a line of code here, and then if I press enter, I'll be getting the result immediately in the next line. So that is the reason for this being called an interactive window. So first of all, you have to understand the difference between an interactive window and a code editor. Interactive window will be giving the input, and the system will be giving us the output as soon as you press, as soon as you finish the code and press enter. Whereas in the case of a code editor, you can write many lines of code, and then you can save that particular file, and then it will be executed only when you run it. So that is the difference between an interactive window and a code editor. So say for instance, I'm writing a simple statement here. Say print hi. So as soon as I finish the statement, if I press enter, I'm getting the output here. So this is the meaning of this being called the interactive window. So in order to do various operations, we have to write many lines of code, and then we have to save it in a separate file. So for that case, we have to install a code editor. So code editor is always better when compared to an interactive window. So first we have to we're going to download a code editor, and in this tutorial I'm going to download a code editor named PyWin. So let me show you how to download it first. So let me close it. There is the link to download the application, and I've given the link in the description as well. You can check it out. So before downloading, first you have to check the version of Python which is already existing in our system. So as we already saw, the version of Python which we have is 2.7.10, right? So we have to make sure that we are going to install the same version of PyWin in our system. So in that case, you have to install the 2.7 file. So for me it is 2.7. This might be varying for you because you might be installing, you might have different versions. So based on your version, you have to install the appropriate version. So let me open this. Let me download it first. It is getting downloaded. As you can see, it has been downloaded. And let me open it. Just click next and next. So it has been downloaded now. So we can just open it. Just open the start menu again, and then type Python Win. So this is the application which you have downloaded. So just open it. So as you can see, this is the interactive window which we have discussed earlier. So let me open a new file first, and it will be asking for this script which we are going to use. So we are going to keep it as default here, which is Python script. So select OK, and this is the file in which we will be writing the codes. So in this file we can write the code, and we can save it as a Python file which can be used later. Let me rearrange it a bit. So after writing the code, we can just save it using the save button option. and we can also run the final code by selecting this icon, which is the run icon. As soon as you run the particular file, you'll be getting the result here. So I hope you have understood some of the basic functions of this software. So first let us do a simple exercise using the Python for ArcGIS. So first let us do a simple exercise using this Python for ArcGIS. Let me open the ArcGIS software to demonstrate the analysis that I'm going to perform. So I've saved all the data inside the tutorial folder in E drive. So let me go to that folder first. So as you can see, this is the folder in which I've saved all the input shape files. So this one, Chamoli, is a district boundary. It is a district in Uttarakhand state in India. And these are some of the points, some of the landmarks inside this, the state of Uttarakhand. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to clip all these points that are falling within this particular district boundary. So for that, I'm going to perform a clip analysis. So we're going to perform this using the code editor and using this ArcPy language. So for that, let me go to the PyWin editor again. So first, we have to import the functionality from the ArcGIS software. That is, we have to import all the tools from the ArcGIS software. So for that, the first and foremost line that we have to write here is import Arc. So by doing that, it will be importing all the required functionalities from the ArcGIS. Okay. So we have imported the functionalities. Now we have to import the workspace. A workspace is nothing but the folder in which we are going to perform the analysis. So as I said already, all the required shapefiles are inside the a tutorial folder of this E drive. So a workspace in this case is E drive tutorial folder. So for that you have to write from ArcPy import environment, and then you have to set the workspace. So it will be environment dot workspace is equal to open double quotes, and then you have to write the folder path. So the folder path is E colon / tutorial, close the quotes. Right, so we have imported the ArcPy and we have set the workspace to the tutorial folder that is inside this E drive. Right, now we have to perform the analysis using the clip tool. So for that, ArcPy dot clip. In this case, the first letter C has to be in capital letter. So please make sure that you're not making any mistakes when it comes to small or capital letters, because all the functions will be having the first letter in the capital form. So it will be clip underscore analysis open parenthesis. So inside this, first you have to give the input feature. So as we discussed already, we are going to clip the point features that are falling within this district boundary of Chamoli, right? So in this case, the input features will be points. So as we already saw, the name is points, right? So we have to just type in the name inside the syntax. So it is points.shp close double quotes comma the. So now we have to write the name of the feature which we are going to use for clipping. So in this case, it is the Chamoli district, right? Its name is chamoli.shp. So again, open double quotes, chamoli.shp, close double quotes, comma. So now we have to give the output feature class's name. So in this place, we're going to type in the name in which we're going to save the output file. So let me give the name as pts clip dot shp. Close the quotes and then you have to close the parentheses. So with this, we have completed the whole syntax here. So first, we have imported the functionalities from the RPy, and then we have imported the environment, and then we have set the workspace here, which is the folder in which you are working, and then we have performed the analysis here. So let me save it first. So first you have to save it, only then we can run the file. So first let me save it. So I'm going to save it as clip. It has been saved now. So you have to click on this run icon to run the file. Select OK, and as you can see, it has run. And if you get this command here, it is saying that your code is fine and it has successfully run. So we can open the ArcGIS software again in order to check the result. So let me just refresh this folder, right click on it and then select this refresh button, and as you can see, it has been added here. So the new output file has been added here. So let me just drag and drop it on the map canvas here, and let me just close this points shapefile. So as you can see, it has been clipped properly, and these are the places that fall within this Chamoli district. So now we are going to perform another analysis in which we are going to filter these points further. So first let me open the attribute table of this output file. So as you can see in this type field, these places are of various categories. And see the place of worship, restaurant, hotel, etc. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to filter these points further, so that we're going to show only the restaurants that are falling within this particular district. So for that you have to just filter this using a tool called the select tool. So let me go to this code editor again. So now that we have done this particular operation, we can just comment this particular line. So in order to do that, you have to just enter hash in front of the statement. So as soon as you enter it, you can see the entire line turning green, which means that this particular line is commented now. Now we have to perform the select analysis so that you can filter out the restaurants that are falling within the district. So for that you have to write the syntax here. So it will be RPy dot, and you can see the prompt here. So as soon as you type the letters, you'll be seeing the appropriate statements appearing in front of you. So it will be select underscore analysis. So if you want to enter the statement which is falling inside this box, you just press tab. Okay, so now I have to open the parenthesis again. Open parenthesis. You can see here it is asking for the input feature, output feature, and the condition based on which it has to filter out the input feature. So first you have to write down the input feature. So the output feature of this particular function will be the input feature of this function, right? So it will be pts underscore clip dot shp. First you have to enclose it within double quotes here. So inside double quotes, comma. So now you have to enter the output file in which you want to save this. So let it be pts dot shp. So now we have to write the condition. So for that, so what we saw in the software is that we have to filter out this, filter the records in this type field name. So first you have to enter the field name, and then we have to write down the condition which based on which you have to filter out the points. So first let me open the a pair of double quotes here. So we have to write the entire condition within these pair of double quotes. So first you have to write the field name. So since this field name is in string type, we have to enclose it in the double quotes as well. So in order to do that, first you have to enter a backward slash, and then you have to enter the double quotes. Type the field name now. So the field name is type. That is what we saw in the ArcGIS software. So it will be type, a backward slash again, a close double quotes. Fine. Space equal to space. So now we have to enter the condition. So the condition which which you want to apply is the restaurant, right? So you have to type restaurant here. So for that, first you have to open a pair of single quotes to write the, and you have to write the condition inside that pair. So it is restaurant, right? I suppose we have written the syntax properly here. So let me close this. I hope the syntax is fine, and now that we can save it and we can run the file. So let me say it by clicking the by pressing this Control plus S shortcut, and you can also run the code by directly pressing this Control plus R button. So select OK. So you will be getting the output file in the name cell points, in which it will be showing only the restaurants at Chamoli district boundary. Fine. So as you can see, you have got this command here. So let me open the ArcGIS software. You have to just refresh this folder again. And as you can see, the new file has been added here. So let me drag and drop it on the canvas. So it has been added. So let me close this one. So as you can see, it is showing only the restaurants that are falling within this place. Let me reconfirm it by opening the attribute table of this shapefile. And so it is obvious that all these points are restaurants. So in this manner, we can do various types of analysis using this Python for ArcGIS, and there is no need to open the ArcGIS software at all, since we can perform all the analysis using the code editor like PyWin. So this is just an introductory video, and in my future videos we'll be seeing various topics like how to build a geoprocessing tool and how to use it repeatedly inside this software itself as a tool. So various stuff like that. So the main reason for including these two pair of backward slash here is that, as I said already, this field name type is a string field type. So it is obvious that you have to enclose a string within a pair of double quotes. But since you've already enclosed this entire condition within a pair of double quotes, we have to differentiate between these two pairs. So for that, I have used these two pairs of backward slash to differentiate this particular field name. So I hope it is clear for you now. And by the way, you can also use this script as a tool inside the ArcGIS software. So let me show you how to do that. So for that, first you have to create a toolbox inside your desired folder. So just right click on your folder and go to new, select toolbox here, and give an appropriate name here. So let me type it as tool itself. Now we have to add the script inside this toolbox. So just right click on it and then go to add script. So the tool which we are going to use here, so let me give the name as select, label also as select tool. So give next. So in this box you have to upload the script file here. So I'm just going to upload the script file which we just now wrote. Select next, leave the rest as default, finish. So as you can see, it has been added here. So you can use this tool for your future purposes as well. So all you have to do is just double click on it, and it will be opening a new dialog box here. And as you can see here, it is mentioning that this tool has no parameters, which in this case is right, because we have already defined the parameters which the tool is going to use. Because the tool has, because you have not given the option to the user to define the input and output features. Since we have already predefined the parameters which this tool is going to use, it will be showing like this. Since we have already predefined the parameters, it won't be asking for any input, but the tool will be running fine. So this type of building a tool is called the hard coding of the parameters. And in case if you have built a tool in which it asks the user for the input as well as output, it is called the soft coding of parameters. So in my future videos, we'll be discussing how to build a tool and how to soft code the parameters so that the tool will be asking the user for the input as well as the output of files. So if you click OK, this tool should run fine now. As you can see, it has run. It has given us the same output here. So with this, we have learned some basics of the ArcPy, some basics of this core editor. So I hope this video was of some use to you. So we'll be covering more interesting topics in the future. So please do support my channel for many interesting contents like these. So thank you so much for watching, and please do subscribe my channel. Thank you once again.